I want you to try something. Say this sentence out loud, slowly. If I make a mistake, nobody will love me. Notice what happens in your body when you say that. Maybe your shoulders get tight. Maybe your stomach clenches. Maybe your breath becomes more shallow or your jaw tightens. That sentence, or one like it, is probably running underneath your playing every time you perform. And it's probably the real reason you get tense or have performance anxiety. This is not about your technique. It's not your practice habits, not your instrument. It's a sentence, a belief. So my name's Joseph Arnold, and today I'm going to show you how to dissolve this belief or this sentence. So here's the pattern I see over and over with musicians who come to me for tension and performance anxiety issues. So they've tried everything: stretches, breathing, visualization, beta blockers, more practice, less practice, therapy. Some of it helps temporarily, but none of it really sticks. And the reason that nothing sticks is that none of these approaches touch the actual source of the tension and performance anxiety. The source isn't in your muscles, it's in a belief. So in my book Soulforce, I write about what I call the story of separation, the worldview that says that you are fundamentally alone, that your worth depends on external validation, that one mistake can sever your connection to love and belonging. That story doesn't just live in your mind, it lives in your body. It shows up as the grip in your left hand or the brace in your shoulders, the held breath before a difficult passage. And the sort of try harder trap that most musicians fall into, practicing more intensely, getting tense, holding things more correctly, pushing through the pain. This is actually the story of separation in action. You're trying to earn love through perfection, and your body is paying the price. So what if this belief itself could be dissolved? Not argued against, not replaced, but dissolved. So the words lose their emotional charge and your body get finally let go. All right, so I'm going to teach you a technique. I call this the slow speech belief dissolution technique. I know it's a mouthful, but it's really simple. It's related to what I described in my book as the magic pause, that moment of spaciousness where you stop the momentum of habit and let something new emerge. So here's how it works, step by step. First, you want to identify the sentence, not a general feeling, but a specific sentence. So for example, here are some that I hear most often from my students. Like, if I make a mistake, nobody will love me, or my body is broken, or I'm not enough, or I have to try hard to get the notes right. You probably already know yours. It's the thing you'd never say out loud, but that runs on repeat in the background of your mind when you're playing. So identify it. Say it out loud right now, and notice how it feels. Notice what it does to your body, to your emotions, that kind of thing. And then say the sentence again, but this time say it at like 1/4 speed or even slower. Stretch each word out. If I make, etc. Right? Go slowly enough so that you can feel each word as a separate event in your mouth, your chest, your throat, the sensing rather than the meaning of the words, the physical sensations. So what you're doing here is interrupting the automatic chain. Normally, these words fire as a single unit, a packet of meaning that triggers an instant physical response. But when you slow them down, the chain breaks. The words become just sounds, just vibrations in your mouth. The emotional charge starts to separate from the syllables. Okay, so then say the sentence one more time at that slow speed, and this time notice where in your body each word lands. Mistake might land in your stomach, or love might land in your chest. Nobody might land in your throat. You're not trying to fix anything, you're just noticing. And what you really want to do is notice the physical sensations. Attend to the physical sensations of the words so that the meaning of the words disappears. So here's another insight for you. A belief is not a fact, right? A belief is a sentence that your nervous system has learned to treat as if it were a fact. So when you slow that sentence down enough to be able to feel each word separately, your nervous system gets a chance to reevaluate. And what most people discover is that the sentence isn't true. It's just very familiar. So my 2% less effort principle also applies here too. You're not trying to force the belief to go away. You're reducing your grip on it by about 2%, just enough to let it loosen on its own. And so I've used this technique with 4 different students in the past month, and the results have been very consistent, very powerful. So one of my students carried the belief that my body is broken. This is a sentence, a belief that had been running in the background for years. After just 2 rounds of this, just saying it two times, he said the sentence again at normal speed and started laughing. The words had lost their weight. His shoulders dropped. Now he sat down at the piano and played what he described as a completely different quality of movement. So another student's sentence was, "I'm not enough." This is a very familiar one for a lot of us. So when she slowed it down, she noticed the word enough created a physical clenching in her chest. After the exercise, she reported that her internal self-scolding during playing, the running commentary about what she was doing wrong, went quiet for the first time in years. A third student who was suffering from performance anxiety said, "If I make a mistake, nobody will love me." So after the slow down speech exercise, he described the sentence as just words. The dread that had been attached to it was simply gone, not suppressed, not argued away, just gone. And this isn't a one-time magic trick. These beliefs can reassemble, or they are often associated with other beliefs, but each time you do the exercise, the sentence loses more of its grip. And over time, what was once the invisible engine of your attention and performance anxiety becomes just a sentence you used to believe. All right, here's what I want you to take away from this. Performance anxiety is not a character flaw. It's not a sign that you're weak or unprepared or not cut out for this. At its root is a sentence. It's a simple belief. The story of separation your nervous system learned to believe. And it's been running underneath your playing and driving your body into tension and your emotions into fear or whatever else. So you can dissolve this sentence, not by fighting it, not by thinking your way around it, but by slowing down enough to let your body unlearn the meaning that you've associated with these sounds, these mouth noises we call words. So try the slow speech exercise this week. Find your sentence, identify it. You'll know when you find it because it has that extra emotional oomph to it. And then slow it down, way slower than you think might be necessary. All right, and then see what happens to your playing when the sentence loses its grip. And if you have performance anxiety, you can do this before a performance or just do this when you're imagining performing. Right, so you can think about a performance that you have coming up or a performance that didn't go well, and then notice the shift in how that memory or how that anticipation feels. Okay, so that's all for today. If this resonated with you, please subscribe. I put a new video out every week on playing freely and releasing tension patterns that hold musicians back. And if you'd like to work on this directly, there's a link in the description below for a discovery call where you can tell me your story and I'll see if there's any way I can help you. So again, my name's Joseph Arnold and this is Soulforce Arts Institute, and I hope to see you around.